The bell rang, and students flooded the hallway like a river, loud, messy, unstoppable. I kept my head low, earbuds in, and mouth shut. My name is Ryan Carter, and at Westbrook High, I'm invisible. That's how I like it. It's safer that way. Because what nobody knows, what nobody can know, is that once the final bell rings, I'm not just another face in the crowd. I become Rain. The masked singer whose songs top every chart, whose voice fills stadiums, whose face no one has ever seen. By day, I'm a shadow. By night, I'm the voice that moves a nation. I slipped past a group of freshmen gathered around a phone, hearing my own voice blaring from the tiny speakers. "That guy's insane," one of them said. "I bet he's super rich or something." I pulled my hood lower, hiding the smile threatening to break across my face. If they only knew the truth that Rain was just a quiet kid from room 204, who hated the sound of his own name over the intercom. "Attention, students!" Principal Dawson's voice buzzed through the speakers. "Next month, Westbrook High will host the first Star Showcase, a talent competition. The winner will get a private recording session with Rain." The hallway exploded. Cheers, screams, wild chatter. Someone slammed a locker nearby, yelling, "I'm gonna meet Rain!" And then I heard her. "Emma!" a girl shouted. "You have to enter. You're amazing." I turned without meaning to. There she was, Emma Brooks, standing in a sunbeam through the windows, clutching her guitar case with both hands, her dream written all over her face. Emma, the girl who wrote songs in the corners of her notebooks. Emma, who believed that music could change the world. She wanted to meet Rain. She wanted to meet me. Panic twisted in my gut. How could I let this happen? If Emma or anyone found out the truth, they'd see me differently. They wouldn't see a star. They'd see a joke. I pushed through the crowd, heart pounding. This couldn't happen. No one could ever find out who I really was. Because if they did, I'd lose everything. But secrets have a way of slipping into the light, whether you're ready or not. The next few days at Westbrook High were chaos. Posters for the Star Showcase littered every hallway. Choir kids practiced in empty classrooms. Dancers rehearsed routines on the front lawn. Even students I had never heard speak were suddenly signing up to audition. And everywhere I went, I heard the same name over and over again. Rain. Rain's voice saved my life. I bet Rain's super good looking under that mask. I kept my head down and tried to disappear. Every word felt like a spotlight heating up my back. During lunch, I sat alone, picking at a sandwich I wasn't hungry for, when someone dropped into the seat across from me. It was Emma. I nearly choked. "Hey, Ryan, right?" she said, flashing a warm, easy smile. "You're in my English class." I nodded, terrified to speak. She tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "I'm thinking of entering the Star Showcase," she said, glancing around nervously. "But I don't know. What if I'm not good enough?" My heart twisted. She was better than good enough. She just didn't know it yet. "You should," I said, my voice cracking embarrassingly. She laughed, not in a mean way, but in a way that made my face burn even hotter. "Thanks," she said. Then, a little quieter, "You ever wish you could just be someone else? Just for a little while?" I swallowed hard. Every day. That night, I stood in front of my mirror, staring at the reflection of my masked persona. The silver and black mask. The sleek, anonymous jacket. The microphone that felt more natural in my hand than anything else. Out there, I was Rain, confident, fearless, untouchable. In here, I was Ryan Carter, invisible, terrified, small. Which one was real? Which one did I want to be? 2 weeks later, the Star Showcase arrived. The auditorium buzzed with excitement. Students filled every row, cell phones ready, whispering and laughing. Backstage, Emma clutched her guitar, taking slow, steady breaths. I watched from the shadows, heart pounding in time with the music thudding from the speakers. Her name was called. She stepped into the spotlight. And when she sang God, when she sang, it felt like the whole world tilted toward her voice. She sang a song I'd never heard before. A song about hope, about dreams too stubborn to die. It was beautiful. It was raw. And worst of all, it was about me. About Rain. About the songs that had given her strength when nothing else could. I stood frozen backstage, mask in hand, as the crowd roared for her. As judges scribbled notes, as Emma beamed, tears shining in her eyes. I realized something then. Something terrifying. This wasn't just about me anymore. If I stayed hidden forever, if I kept pretending I didn't exist, I'd be betraying the very people who needed my voice the most. The mask slipped from my fingers and hit the floor with a soft, final thud. The applause shook the walls as Emma finished her song. Backstage, I clutched the mask in my hand, heart hammering. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't keep pretending. I stepped into the light. The crowd quieted. Emma turned and stared, confusion flickering across her face. "Ryan?" she said, breathless. "What are you doing?" He swallowed hard. My voice cracked, but I forced the words out. I'm Rain, I said. It's been me, all along. For a long moment, no one moved. No one breathed. Then, Emma smiled a real, wide smile that made my knees weak. I knew there was something special about you, she said softly. I just didn't know it was this. The crowd erupted into whispers, but I barely heard them. All I could hear was the relief pounding in my chest. Emma stepped closer, her eyes shining. Thank you, she whispered. For your songs, and for being brave enough to show us who you are. I smiled back, feeling lighter than I had in years. Maybe being seen wasn't so scary after all. From that night on, I wasn't hiding anymore. I was Ryan Carter. I was Rain. And for the first time, I was free.